Considering the focus that you guys have had on getting off to a good trip this year after losing this game last year and going 1-3, I think it was, to start the season. Can you talk about just salvaging a game that you looked like you played pretty well until that last little stretch?
Yeah, I think like over the course of the season, there's going to be games where you have a lead and, you're going to have to find a way to win, whether it's in overtime or in a shootout. And, guys went out there in the shootout and made high skill plays, and that's a high pressure situation. So, you don't want to give up the lead in the third period. I think that's something that we want to clean up and don't want that to seep into our game. But at the same time, there's going to be games like that where you have to find ways to win in overtime in a shootout. And he's got a huge goal today and gives us the 2 points.
Kyle, for you, you've talked openly. Last year obviously was disappointing. You come in the first game, you're out in overtime, you score the shootout winner. How big is it for you, just from a confidence perspective, to be in those situations?
Yeah, it's really big. Like you said, I'll be the first to admit I had a bad year last year, but coming back, I want to prove myself, and that's what I'm working towards doing. And to get the shift in overtime and to be out in the shootout, it definitely helps build the confidence, and it's something I have to take advantage of.
Kyle, are you normally a shootout guy in all your other stops?
Yeah, that's kind of one thing I've always taken very seriously and done pre-scout on and really practiced over the course of my career. I find it a really fun part of the game, and I've taken a lot of penalty shots over my career, shootout shots over my career.
You sit on the bench while the other four guys are going. By then, you're figuring, okay, I know where to beat this guy now because they were trying to deke and they were trying to shoot. And
yeah, it's definitely something I'm paying attention to. Dry came in and kind of went left to right and tried going 5-hole. But I saw the 5-hole there, but he didn't kind of freeze him for that split second to beat him. And then, there's other good moves too that he made good saves on, but just kind of going in, it's definitely helps when you get to watch the first couple of shots and have a little pre-scout yourself in the game.
Darnell, you spent a lot of or maybe even all of your PK time tonight with Evan Bouchard. How did you find that pairing, and what kind of made it successful tonight? Yeah,
Bouch, obviously, he comes into the organization known as someone who can create a lot of offense, but he's just as smart defensively, and then his positioning and wanting to be in the right spots and block shots and win his battles, get the puck out. That's for him. He played great tonight, and to be able to kill beside him, it was a lot of fun. I think we played well off each other.
And a lot's made of obviously the kind of what happens with the top two lines and switching and stuff. How did you kind of feel like the second line did with Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, and Yamamoto?
Yeah, they just brought a relentless work ethic that all night. Whenever they got the puck into their zone and were able to get on top of their D-men and force turnovers, that's not a fun line to play against at all for your D-men.
Either of you guys or both you, I know you've both played a long time, and you're pros. When you get a full house like this and something big happens, you score a big goal or you win a game, does it really make a difference for you guys when there's 16,000 people here, particularly after what you've been through the last 2 years?
Yeah, it's huge. It gives you such a boost of energy. The momentum shifts in the game. After you score a goal, just walking out to start the game, hearing them singing the Canadian anthem, and such a boost of energy. It's hard to justifiably explain how big of a difference and how good it makes you feel being at home and having your crowd behind you.
And Darnell, you guys had a 2-0 lead, it got away, you end up winning the game. Is there something there for you? Is there, I'm not saying you're happy you blew a 2-0 lead, but having won the game and survived it, do you get something out of that?
Yeah, it was the first win of the season, and that's big. You got to get that first one down and build off it. Like I said, you don't want to be losing leads there in the third period, and that's something that we're going to have to clean up. But at the same time, to be able to, we were resilient, didn't give up the third one, didn't give up one in OT, and found a way to win in the shootout. You're going to have to win games like that too.
Kyle, you guys have had a couple of fun shootouts to end practices in camp. If I'm not mistaken, you won one of them, and then you've also had success in another one. Did you have a conversation with Dave Tippett at all leading up to this, saying, hey, if we go to the shootout, you're going to be one of the top 5 shooters?
No, he, no, we haven't had a conversation like that, but it's like I said earlier, it's something I've always worked on, and I found it a real fun part of the game and an important part of the game, so it's something I take seriously.
Darnell, a question for you about Zach Hyman. He makes his Oilers, he gets his first as an Oiler. Just the impact that he has in all facets of the game. As a defenseman who played against him, I think it was 9 times last season, being on the other side now, how nice it is to have 18 on your side.
Yeah, I think like the biggest compliment to him, I mean, playing against him 9 times last year is the most annoying player to play against because he's always in your back pocket. No matter if you hit him, you play him hard in the corners, he's always coming back. And on top of that, you see he's able to go onto the power play and create some great plays and finish with the goal that he scored. So he really just brings it everywhere, and it all starts with the work ethic that he brings. And for our team, guys just feed off that. So we're very lucky to have him here in Edmonton.
Darnell over here. When people talk about the Oilers, they say they got a lot of stuff going for them, but I'm not sure about their goaltending. When Mike Smith come out and debut like this, I mean, can you kind of speak to the confidence you guys look like you're going to have again in him this season?
Yeah, we have a ton of confidence in our goaltenders. Smitty, the way he battles, comes out, plays, leads by example each and every night. I could just say for our room and the guys that are in there, it's great looking back there and seeing Smitty and Koski in the pipes, and we have a ton of trust in both of them. And I mean, Smitty shows it again tonight, makes some huge saves, some very timely saves, and big reason why we win that game.
I'd just like to quickly say, I mean, there's been a lot on social media, and there's been some articles out kind of inferring that Arch, what he's going through is because he was unvaccinated, and I just think that's unfair. I think there's people who are vaccinated that are also going through a lot of stuff, and I mean, I think it's just unfair for the media to be all over him because of that. So I just want to get that out there.